How is everybody doing this week? Welcome back to the Golfing Dads.
Greg, we look cute tonight, don't we? Just saying.
I mean, Dave kind of got red. We got red, white, and blue going here, especially because it's U.S. Open week. Who is ready for the U.S. Open? I mean,
back at Shinnecock.
What better time? You got the World Cup and the U.S. Open going on at the same time. What a time to be alive.
College Baseball World Series.
You do realize that...
Who's drinking the most shots?
West Virginia.
Yeah, that's
it is West Virginia.
If all things go correct with the World Cup, England versus the U.S. on the 4th of July could happen.
Ooh.
Like, come on.
Do you know what could be scarier? If we finish second and Iran finishes second in their bracket, we play them in the round of 32.
We'll play who?
Iran.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that could be an interesting one as well. So,
yeah.
There's a lot of things there, but we're not a soccer or football channel. We're a golf channel, and we're going to talk the U.S. Open this week. I mean, just after we had the Canadian Open this week.
Correct. And by the way, portions of this episode, all of it, are pre-recorded.
I'm trying to keep an eye on what is going on right now in the Canadian Open. So, but
Bud Colley is running away with it for his first PGA Tour victory.
Yes. But can we talk about Wyndham Clark wearing the USA hockey jersey?
Yes.
The Jack Hughes USA hockey jersey after all, and
then hitting it stiff for birdie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think what they do with the ice box there is, I know it's a take on waste management, but it's the Canadian take, and I think it's fantastic. It brings a sense of funness back into a very serious game at this level.
I want to know who gets those seats that are like rink side seats right there.
Yeah, well, so you know what's funny is a former guest was at the Canadian Open this week and did not get those seats.
Oh.
We know him. We love him. His name is Todd, and his brother's name is Jeff, and they did not get those seats. So,
but they do have some nice head covers that are for sale there this week.
They did. Those looked really good. Yes.
I mean, I'd like to see their version for this coming week at the U.S. Open, but I'm pretty sure they're still
I'm waiting. You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for those to come out and see who they're doing head covers for this week, along with interviews this week from certain golfers from a certain league that may or may not have to answer a lot of questions this week regarding their status and where they're going.
So let's get right into that. Let's talk about this week with everything that's gone on with LIV.
Yep.
And we're coming into the U.S. Open this week. Every single year since LIV has started, we have talked about LIV and the PGA during the majors and how they coexist. And every year, it's been very cordial. It's been very just, we're going to play golf. These golfers are here, and they're here to play golf. But this week, at the Masters, it was kind of the cracks were starting to show. The foundation has fallen apart at this point. So at the PGA, it was cracks again. What do you think this week's going to be like? Is it going to be like the PGA where it's going to be business as usual? Or is this going to be more, we're going to get more of those rumors of, let's say, Bryson trying to talk to PGA to get back. John Rahm just waiting for that one check to bounce, and he's going to bounce. What do we think the headline's going to be this week with LIV at Shinnecock?
I would
Dave, go first.
I would like to just I want to get past all this. I would like to see it just be
nope, not going to happen until it's over.
I get that. That's why Steve's going second here, so I could get on this my small soapbox before Steve gets on the Everest of soapboxes here. I want to see him play golf. I don't care who it is, play golf. I think members of the media blow it up more and make players answer questions that they just really don't care about when it comes down to it, because a lot of this is lawyers and agents and everybody else, and it's not them at the end of the day. Yes, was it John Rahm's name on the dotted line of that contract? Yes, it was. Was it primarily his lawyers and agents putting that deal together? Yes, it was. They should be sitting down. It should be like Scott Boras holding his summit at winter meetings. When it comes down to this, it should be players, agents, and lawyers. Let the guys go out and play golf. Let the game speak for itself. These are some of the greatest golfers in the world. Yeah, they made some decisions to go and play golf somewhere else. So be it. This is a week about the U.S. Open Championship and about people coming off the longest day in golf that qualified for it. And, one of the greatest championships out there. Let it be about the golf.
All right. So, Dave, Steve, you want to see it like it's been before when LIV first started. You just want to see, hey, I want to see the U.S. Open for the U.S. Open. I don't care about the beef between these two tours.
I don't care. Let's play golf.
Steve, what are you expecting to see this week? Are you expecting the drama or?
Oh, I 100% am expecting the drama, and I expect the media to not hold back at this point. I think Jon Rahm is going to get asked a lot of questions. I think Bryson is going to get asked a lot of questions. If Phil Mickelson had ever won a U.S. Open, he might be there too, but he won't be getting a lot of questions asked of him regarding LIV or the fact that he may or may not have molested a employee at the Farm Golf Club.
Just apparently that he says the video evidence doesn't prove that, but okay.
Yeah, well, you got kicked out of a golf club, but okay. That's neither here nor there. I think that at this point, the handful of LIV players that are going to be there are going to be asked a lot of questions regarding their future. Again, if you think that you can get by this week without getting asked questions about it, if you're any of the LIV players, you're crazy. I think that the Scott O'Neill probably has a list of answers canned for these guys, and I want to see who goes off script. I feel like since the PIF is pulled out, there's this question of a lot of players have gone off script and not gone off the PIF script because they were scripted.
So Steve, and I think that was actually my next question for you is who do you think is going to be the first person that's going to go off script and speak their mind more than just like a little bit off script? I'm talking about off the rails and complaining.
Jon Rahm,
like 100%. Bryson will not. Bryson won't. I don't think. I think Jon Rahm will be the first one to be like, yeah, we're going to go down this road here. And I do think where Rahm gets to finally speak freely without Scott O'Neill standing in the back corner watching him speak in a press conference, I think it's going to be a very interesting conversation. I also think there's a few other players, Terrell Hatton also on Legion 13. The fact that I know that is scary to me because I really don't give a crap about the LIV teams. But
we are in the golf media, so
right. We should know those things. But I do think that when you look at where this is going to go and what is going to happen with this, Jon Rahm is going to lead the charge. And I do think based on their contracts, they were committed to X amount of events a year, 14, and being paid on those events plus their salaries. And if that doesn't happen, I think that's where Jon Rahm's agent, funny enough, Phil Mickelson's brother, and his attorney are going to sit there and have a field day with this and say, you guys aren't providing us with the monies that we are supposed to be making in the guarantees, and we are out. And this is breach of contract by you and deuces. And I think Jon Rahm, and that's the reason that Jon Rahm paid his DP World Tour fine when he did, because without that, he can go and play the DP World Tour now next year. dominate the DP World Tour, and then come back to the PGA Tour. I think the Rahm situation to me is much more unique, much like Brooks Koepka, in that he still has an exemption based on his major wins. And I think that is where the Rahm situation for me says, what do we do now? Versus I think the idea of when you look at someone like a Joaquin Niemann who doesn't have an exemption to get back to the PGA Tour, doesn't have any way back. When you look at, he kind of falls into that Patrick Reed bout that has to go back to the DP World Tour. I think it's going to be interesting to see what the PGA Tour does with Jon Rahm. I really do.
So let me ask you this question now. With everything that the LIV side is trying to do to get all these investors, I think LIV has a problem here that if they're not kind of keeping people in line or being able to keep the narrative that they used to here, if I'm an investor and I'm hearing all these complaints from the players that are there, why do I want to invest again? I think is the biggest problem and the biggest question here.
You're investing in the players. In the report that came out, and I forgot which media outlet it came out in, that called this whole situation, pardon my French, but clusterfuck was the word that was used to describe this whole situation right now. Again, you don't invest in a sinking ship. Like, this is, if you're investing in LIV right now, you're investing in the Titanic after it hit the iceberg.
Well, yeah,
like that's how I see it.
The worst
and if you're and Scott O'Neill is doing his best. And I think Bryson is doing his best because I don't think Bryson's probably been told, you're 2 years away from coming back at this point. We gave you a lifeline. You didn't take it. You're 2 years away from, you're at least 2 years away from coming back. So Bryson is doing everything he can to make this work so that he can stay out there and get paid. The problem is why would anyone stay on LIV if you're not getting guaranteed money up front and your purses are just slightly bigger than the DP World Tour purses? And you're not getting PGA Tour money, why would you stay on LIV? The only reason they all went to LIV, and they've all said it now because they couldn't say it in the beginning, the only reason they all went is because they took the freaking bag. And at that point, like, let's be real.
Steve, I'm gonna get you back.
If you're not getting the bag, why are you staying?
I'm gonna get you back on track here. I'm asking from the investor side point, not from there.
Yeah.
Why not why the players would stay, but why would you invest if the players aren't even invested in this now? If that's what we're going to hear in the media.
Having talked to him. Hold on, Mike. Camera.
All right, Dave, I'm going to ask you this question. So if you're an investor here,
yeah,
why are you investing if you're now seeing this week that people like Jon Rahm, people like Terrell Hatton, people like Neiman might be saying to themselves that, hey, I'm ready to go back to the PGA Tour, or that's the rumors you're hearing, that they're not happy with LIV. Why are you investing in it?
Because you need to launder money? No.
Dave, that's not a bad answer because I kind of feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's a way. We talked about sports washing as one of the things that everyone talked about when LIV first came here. It almost looks like that at that point. Like, I mean, if the pit is backing out, what does that tell you?
It's like the billionaire buying the $100 million painting for a tax write-off. And
okay,
if that's what you're looking at in business, if you need to invest in a sinking ship to get a tax break on everything else, that's what you're going to do. And you call a spade there. But if you need a tax break and you need to get some money out of one thing and into another to get yourself where you need to be, it's not a bad idea. I don't see any other way around why you would be investing in a sinking ship, but I don't have that type of money at my disposal to make decisions like that on.
I've talked to a couple people that I know that invest in stuff, and they said they would never put money into this at this point because they are literally like, it's not going to be successful. It's not going to be what it is now. And at this point, you're going to see players reeling to get out. And Jon Rahm is going to be the first one of many to go. I think you see, here's my hot take. If LIV doesn't survive this, or LIV 2.0 is not what LIV 1.0 is guys like Bubba retire. Okay, let's be real. The idea that LIV, you turn this into whatever it is, and it turns into a team golf event because that's all it is. And the whole PIF idea and the Yasser Al-Rumayyan idea of team golf being the way of the future have shown that outside of what is a WWE style event in TGL, because let's be real, what's what it is, it's WWE golf. Team golf doesn't work. And at the end of the day, and again, I'm not saying that I actually enjoy TGL for what it is, way more than I enjoy LIV for what it is. But I'm saying this in that the idea of team golf doesn't work in the world that Yasser Al-Rumayyan, who handles the PIF and the funds out of the PIF, thinks it does. And so,
well, I think that team golf does work. And I think you're right. It doesn't work in their sense. I think they just try to throw team golf into regular golf instead of just making it its own thing.
correct.
So, all right, I'm gonna get us back on track here, and I'm gonna go back to Shinnecock and the U.S. Open. Let's leave LIV where it is.
But you know what you should do, Greg?
What should I do? I need to get the right mindset. Is what I need.
You want to get the mindset?
I need to get the right mindset. LIV needs to get the right mindset, and we need to get the right mindset. And when you want to get the right mindset on the course, where can I get that, Steve?
You can get that when you dial in your game with Bridgestone Golf and their Tour B lineup featuring the mindset technology. The visual cues help you focus, commit, and roll it pure. Same tour level performance now with a smarter way to lock in. Find your fit and play the Tour B at bridgestonegolf.com. And you can find that on their E-Series and Boom It line. So if you're going to do that, definitely check out Bridgestone Golf.
Best ball in the game out there. All right. Getting our mindset correct. Let's talk about this week. Let's talk about the U.S. Open. Let's talk about we're going back to Shinnecock on Long Island.
The defending champion at Shinnecock may have a problem going there this week.
That is true. He does have some hand or wrist issues this week. But we're going to Shinnecock. It is 7,440 yards, par 70. So once again, we're at a par 70 course for a major. And the first thing I kind of want to talk about here is the course itself, because Scotty played some practice rounds out there, and he had some comments that made this seem like it's going to be tougher than what our friend Ryan said the PGA was like on Thursday and Friday.
Here's the problem with Shinnecock. They've had how many majors there? They've had how many opens there?
This is the fourth, or this will be the fifth.
Okay, You've had 3 players finish under par ever. Like when you think about that and you're like, what?
No, 6. Sorry, 6. They had one in 1896. Missed that one.
Brooks won at 1 over. Raymond Floyd finished 1 under and 1. In 2004, Retief won. That was the year they were syringing greens because you couldn't get balls to hold on par 3s with wedges in your hand. Retief won at 4 under. Mickelson was at 2 under. This golf course is not
Are
easy.
you reading the right line?
No, Mickelson was lost to Retief Goosen.
Mickelson lost to Retief. He was 2 under. There's been 3 players in 6 opens there to finish under par. The problem that I have is that the USGA is running this, and these are the same people that think we need to dial back the golf ball from where it is.
So this is where I disagree with you on this. I agree with you on their club and golf ball things, but I love the USGA's setup for the U.S. Open. I love that this is the toughest test in golf.
I don't want to see it over the edge.
I do.
Do you want to see 30 under every week winning a golf tournament, or do you want to see guys out there
winning? No, I'm okay with 6 winning U.S. Open.
But here's the thing: we talked to Ryan when he played in the PGA Championship this year, and what he described Friday as is, I think, the extreme. I think that's where you don't want it because the weather impacted it. It combined the weather of the Open, the setup of the U.S. Open, and packed it into the PGA. And that's what I don't want. I don't want it to be overly crazy like that, but I do want it to be tough. I do like the rough being high. I like the greens being fast. I like these players having to think and not throwing darts out there.
Oh, correct. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that at all. It's a major. You should test every club in your golf bag, and you should have to play really good golf. Like, it should decide, the best player should be decided, not a birdie fest. And yes. I'm not arguing that. Okay, Greg? I'm not. But what I am saying is there's
sometimes
no
they go a little over the top.
These guys are really freaking good. Like, let's be real about PGA Tour players. They're really good at their craft. And to make tour players look stupid because it's a bunch of 70-year-old white guys sitting in a room and saying, oh, well, we don't like that these guys take it deep, and we don't like that they hit it far and make a bunch of birdies. I don't think that is the best way for people to decide on a U.S. Open. I don't.
So I agree with you on the rollback in that statement. I agree with you on the rollback of the golf ball, that they don't like seeing people hit it far. That when they banned the anchoring and the long broomstick putter things and all of that, when they make all those decisions, I agree with you, because the club and the equipment, like they have regulations for it, which are great, but you're making like picking and choosing at that point. When it comes to the course, I like that they make the course challenging. I like that they want to see what you're going to do in these situations, because it just makes it fun and it's something to talk about. I also like birdie fests like we had in Texas, but let's have fun with it. And I see your point there, but I'm all for making this the challenging test in golf, because you come into it with the longest day in golf to try and get into this if you're not already qualified for it. Any of us, we're not going to. One of us has attempted, could qualify for this. That's what makes this so great, that we can go out there and play the exact same strength of course. Not going to shoot the same thing, but I just think it shows that test. All right.
You know what would have helped me, by the way, Greg? You know what would have helped me in my quest to try and qualify for the U.S. Open?
What would have helped you?
A better caddy?
Open?
Besides a better caddy.
A better golf game?
Cobra has given the ultimate game improvement irons through cutting-edge engineering, mass optimization, and innovative 3D printing. Cobra King and King Max irons are built to deliver more greens in regulation and lower your scores. Discover the difference with the King lineup. Learn more at cobragolf.com.
You know what would have helped your caddy?
Alcohol?
No. The Nikon rangefinder.
You mean to lock in your yardage with the Nikon Cool Shot rangefinder, fast, accurate distances, slope technology, and crystal clear optics, so you can pick the right club with total confidence. Nikon Cool Shot. See it, shoot it, and stick it. Check out Nikon at nikongolf.com and the official rangefinder of the LPGA Tour and the Golfing Dads.
So while Steve was going on there, I did bring up Southampton, New York for this week's weather as we talk about course conditions and everything. Weather looks to be in the mid to low 70s, maybe a 25% chance of rain on Thursday, 35% on Friday, but we're going to be mid 70s, low 80s throughout this tournament. So the weather is going to be ideal to be out there right now.
Again, you know what else could have happened this week that would have been amazing? You would have the U.S. Open on Long Island. If the NBA Finals had gone to Game 6, the Knicks would have clinched in New York, and you would have had a World Cup game there at MetLife.
In East Rutherford, New Jersey.
In East Rutherford, New Jersey. And I would have loved to have seen that shit show. I'm just saying.
Well, considering the Knicks fans burnt the city to the ground last night, it's crazy. But so we're at Shinnecock. This course is 135 years old. The field is 156 competitors. You know how many people entered to play and to get into that 156 field?
11,000.
Nope. So the record is 10,202 is the record for most entrances. They were one shy of that this year at 10,201. So
Steve,
Steve, because you didn't enter
the
this
record.
year, you were shy. They were shy of the record because you didn't enter this year, Steve.
That's right.
Now, that just tells you about how great this game is, and this is what I love about the U.S. Open, and to that fact, the Open Championship across the pond, is it gives amateurs and professionals alike a chance to get into this, kind of like what the PGA of America does with teaching professionals in the PGA Championship. And that's what makes it fun about these majors. So we got a lot of things to look forward to this week. I mean, you got Aaron Rai coming off his championship. You have JJ Spawn as the reigning U.S. Open champion coming back into this. You have Rory, obviously trying to get back on track again after winning at the Masters. And the biggest storyline that we all got to talk about, does Scotty finish the Slam this year?
Just so you two are aware, hey, when it comes down to picks, I know I have first pick. I'm not taking Scotty.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about, what do we think?
I'm just going to say this. Thank you.
All right. So so that everyone knows, for our picks, Dave won the duck race. Steve got second. I got third. Dave just passed, and our odds guy says that he doesn't think Scotty's going to do it, so he's going to pass on him. Steve, you think this is the week Scotty becomes the sixth?
I find it really hard to pick against Scotty anyway when anything is on the line. And I'm going to say this, let's be real, Dave. We all know it. Scotty's almost a lock for a top 10, even if he backdoors his way into one. I just think that the idea of Scotty winning the career Grand Slam come Sunday afternoon could be an amazing story. And I find, again, he makes golf look easy on very difficult golf courses.
But I said something at the beginning of this year, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm holding myself to what I said, that I wasn't taking Scotty in a major this year. Just on where Scotty is an unbelievable golfer. I don't think this is the year for him for a major. I hope I'm wrong, because I love to see him do it. But from where I'm sitting from an odds perspective, I don't like the pick this week.
Okay, so let me ask you this now. With Scotty this week, so if Scotty wins this week, it's over. But let's look forward. Let's say Dave's right and Scotty doesn't win. Next year, you go to Pebble in 2027. Then you come back to New York for Wingfoot in 2028. And then back to one of my favorite courses in Pinehurst number 2 in 2029. And then if we want to go to 2030, you're at Marion. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now.
One player has ever won the career Grand Slam 3 chances past 3 chances to win it. One, that's Rory.
Yeah.
So I like Scotty. I like Scotty at Pebble next year.
I'm not arguing that one either. The problem with Pebble for me is that at its length, Pebble opens up for a lot of players.
Right.
I think the problem for Scotty is where it's always been. It's the flat stick.
Correct.
His putter has been the one that's been on and off this year. It hasn't been what it was last year, where it was diabolical last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I have seen Scotty over the last few weeks the last few events he's been in improve and be a lot more consistent in his putting. He was right up there in Texas. He's been, like you said, Steve, he's been in those top 10s. He's constant. Like I said, I'm going to take Scotty's game any day of the week. I'd be happy to have any part of Scotty's game. But something in my gut tells me that he does not get it done this week. But I really want to see him get it done this week. So
I would agree.
I'm kind of torn on that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, far be it for me to say that I'm wrong, because I'm wrong a lot. It happens. And and I'll take my sandwich and eat it if he does happen to win this week. But I think where the greens are and how the USGA is going to roll them, for this week, Scotty would almost need to hit everything inside 5 feet, and even that sometimes for him can be difficult.
I actually think he's a worse putter from inside 5 feet than he is from like 5 to 10.
I think he's a better, like, I'm actually more comfortable from longer putts. I think that's how Scotty is too. I think those short putts are where he can get himself in trouble. So it'll be interesting to see this week. What other storylines are you guys looking forward to going into this U.S. Open?
Does Bryson make a cut?
Ooh,
no.
That's a good one. I think no.
I'm hammering the under on that, Dave.
Well, I'm gonna go with. Well, I'm gonna go with. Here's what I'm gonna tell you why. I think that Bryson doesn't make the cut because when LIV was becoming a thing and Rory was under all that pressure under the PGA, he wasn't playing that well. And I think Bryson already wasn't playing well, and now this pressure on top of it, I think Bryson is just struggling at this time in these majors. And I agree.
What are you eating? Is that a Rice Krispie treat?
My wife just brought me a warm Rice Krispie treat.
Aren't you going to share with the group?
I mean, really? Thanks.
Hey, Greg wants one too.
We should have planned this out so we could pass it like between the screen. So,
no, I again, Bryson has missed the cut in the first 2 majors. I'm with you, Greg. I think that there's way more pressure on Bryson right now than any of us are giving credit for. And I think that with everything else that he has going on in the back of his mind, I think we have a third missed cut this week. And I think going to the Open, it'll be 4 straight missed cuts for Bryson.
I was going to say, does Bryson get the grand slam of missed cuts at the Open?
I mean, yes, I feel like that happens.
Dave, what are your thoughts?
I think Bryson's too much in his own head with where everything with his position within LIV and everything else. And I think he needs to lose Steve, but okay.
Hey, to run for something.
Yeah. I'm looking for it. I'm hoping Brooks is okay and that he can play. There's a couple people out there that we want to see, of course, Chris Gotterup, would love to see him do well this week at the Open. We've already saw a couple posts from JT out there on social media. Would like to see JT do well. Hopefully Jordan is healthy. He can play well. I think the one intriguing person for me out there is Justin Rose. He's had a really up and down year. He's been
good on tough golf courses.
Yes, he does. So that for me, the one to watch for me right now, I think Justin Rose, the odds on him are coming in a little bit high, which is understandable for who's above him, even though Bryson is listed at better odds than Justin Rose right now. But I think Justin Rose, after a couple meltdowns earlier, he's played well. He hasn't played well. But I think he's one to keep an eye on this week at Shinnecock.
So you mentioned him before. Let's talk Brooks as the defending champion, U.S. Open champion at Shinnecock, not the defending current U.S. Open champion. He just withdrew today from the RBC Canadian Open.
Yep.
And he's saying that he can't grip the club. It's his ring finger and his pinky finger, and there's some pain there. Hand injuries can be a thing. How tough do you think that is now going into the Open where you've won before and you were just getting your stride back on the PGA Tour? And this is about the time that we all said when Bryson was coming back this year, we said if he's going to win a major –
Brooks.
Sorry, Brooks.
Yeah.
We said if Brooks was going to come back and win a major, we all said this or the PGA was about the time frame.
Was about the time. It's a tough injury, especially for how much you use your hands. in the game of golf. So hopefully it's something that his therapist can work out for him, and it's nothing, nothing's broken in there or anything else. So that it's not
anything cortisone can't take care of. Let's be real about it.
Yeah, but even cortisone, if cortisone takes care of it, you're still not getting that feel of the club, and we all know that's
if he says his hands and fingers are numb, and that's the three of us taking a cortisone shot in our hands to go out and play a round of 18, much different story than him taking a cortisone shot to go out and play.
Just a shot in your hands just sound like I'd rather take a shot in my knee. So I'm going to ask that question now. Do you think as a golfer, because I know what I would think in this one, if you have a, let's say, knee or foot injury versus a hand injury, which do you think is going to be more impactful to you playing the game?
Which knee? Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Whichever one you are. I'm just saying a knee injury or a foot injury versus.
Here's the problem: if you can't grip the golf club, what can you do with it? And I give him credit for withdrawing today, understanding that he actually had a pretty good week for 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding that this could have been a difference maker long term for him as far as getting through to different things. I think that Brooks, I'm still on the opinion I'd like to see Brooks win on the PGA Tour this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like it would be if Brooks had won this week with everything going on the LIV Tour right now, from what is going on with the LIV Tour, I think it would have been the nail in the coffin for them.
I do too. I think that would have been.
I really do, and I think that when you look at what Brooks has brought to the table on the PGA Tour this year, I think that when you look at what he has done, and I think that when you look at coming off of the LIV Tour and having a new drive to actually play golf, because let's be real, I mean, one of the things we talked about, I don't like the idea of the PGA Tour taking weeks off in the middle of the season. I'm okay with it leading up to majors, but long gaps of not playing golf, to me, like LIV has done, is hurting players. And I also think it's hurting spectators, because I think nobody gives a crap because you forget that they're on.
You're not invested.
It's like the PGA Tour, weak field. I'm sure we're going to hear it this week. Weak field in Canada, this, that, and the other. Well, you know what? People are still watching, and people aren't watching LIV still. What's been the one rub of LIV that they've had since the beginning? People don't watch. Nobody gives a shit.
You get most of your viewership. So kind of shifting topics here, because I was asking about the injuries and where we're going with this, but shifting topics back here, I'm going to go back to another question about viewership and everything that we've seen. Is there a correlation that you'll see where these majors have this historic following behind them? Like, everyone comes out of the woodwork. Like, if you're a casual golf fan where you golf and you maybe not follow the PGA Tour as much, you're watching more for these majors. And that's where now everyone's here. I feel like that storyline has not been about LIV or the PGA. It's been about the majors. So you think, does that continue this week, or does it change? And does it impact how LIV is seen because of all the drama that they're causing here? And this is what we thought was going to happen years ago. Is this what we see now at this major? Are we going to have that drama or everything?
I don't think the drama is going to be there, Greg. I think there's going to be a lot of questions from the media that are going to be there. And I think we're going to run into this scenario where the LIV players have to answer way more questions than they want to have to answer questions. And I think that they're I'm disappointed. You say I fly out and I'm flying on a business trip this week. I think we're going to be at a point where when you look at the questions that are going to be asked by the media this week, and the answers that they have to give, it's not going to be a PGA Tour versus LIV. It's going to be a LIV survival. And how do they handle this? And I think that is the biggest question that they have to answer. And it's not going to be a good question. It's not. Like there's no good answer that LIV can give this week to say, yeah, we're going to survive. And in 2027, it's going to be stronger than it ever was. It's not. Like, you had this money. And then there's the other question, the $25,000 question of everything that's gone on the LIV Tour. The PIF just handed them a third of the money that they were supposed to give them for the rest of the year. So they haven't funded them through the rest of the year. There's been questions all along on whether or not Michigan's going to happen. Now there's questions on whether or not, Greg, your event in Indy is going to happen. And so I think there's a lot of questions that LIV has to answer this week that, again, if any one of us were to pick Jon Rahm to win, I think you're crazy. I just think that if you're going to take anybody in the LIV Tour to win this week, you're insane.
I think it could happen. So speaking of insane picks this week, who are some of the people that you're looking at that maybe we've seen on tour this year that you think could surprise us, like a Aaron Rai or JJ Spawn last year? Who do you
Cam
think
Young.
You think Cam Young?
Yep, because the dude hits driver dead straight.
Okay.
And a dude points it and hits it in the right direction. Again, this week is going to be, can you keep it out of the rough?
What about, I'm going to throw a name out here, and we talked about him earlier because of what he did in Canada with his hockey jersey and a former U.S. Open champ, Wyndham Clark. What do we think about Wyndham Clark this
good
week?
golf, and I'm not arguing that pick. Dave, where's Wyndham this week?
42. He's tied. He's just ahead of Goddard and JT.
Okay. Who else?
Wow, I'm shocked that they're putting him ahead of Goddard on the odds this week.
Yeah. Minwoo Lee.
I'm not shocked about they're putting him ahead of Goddard because I feel Goddard has been up and down since his 2 wins early in the season. So what do you say about Minwoo Lee, Dave?
That he's way down the board. He's at 72 right now. I think if he can cook on this course and he can get the irons dialed in, I think this would be a good course for him.
Okay. Where do we have JJ Spawn?
Odds.
Oh,
yeah, that's another one. I would have asked that one next, Greg. So yes.
So home
he's at 60-1.
JJ?
Yep.
Okay.
Where's Max? Is he even in the field this week? Didn't he get in as an
No, he didn't qualify.
He
was playing in the longest day, and he didn't qualify.
All right.
Ricky Fowler is in the field at 110-1.
Oh, give me Tommy Fleetwood.
No, he's way up at the top.
I know.
25.
Okay.
I actually, and I'm going to say this, I think that's high for him.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one that I like his play this year. I think he's been up at the top. He's won this year. He's one of our favorite golfers on tour. Where's Gary Woodland?
Ooh, that's a good one.
U.S. Open champ at Pebble.
Where's former Open champ. Bombs it.
He's below Ricky's 115.
Below Ricky? Who is making these odds?
Wow.
This is the odds today brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, not affiliated with the Golf.
We're not. Nothing is brought to us by DraftKings.
Yeah.
You know what things are brought to us by, though? Get your young golfer started right with Upswing Golf and their full lineup of kids clubs designed for proper fit, real performance, and serious fun. Upswing Golf, grow like a pro. Upswinggolf.com.
DJ's 160. Cam Smith is 160. Harry Hall 165. Sahith 160. Sungjae Im 200.
What about Victor Hovland? Where's he at right now?
He's about 35 5.
So let's ask this question. You mentioned somebody there, Dave. You mentioned DJ.
Yeah. I think DJ's just at the point of his career. He just doesn't care, and he's just going to go out there, swing some golf clubs, and put on a green jacket once a year and go back and enjoy his dinner.
So DJ got an invite this year, though.
Yeah.
They gave him an invite. Does Dustin Johnson... 2 questions. Does he make the cut? And 2, does he qualify for 2027?
Dave, you want to take this? I have an answer, but
no and no.
I actually think he does make the cut, because to what you just said, Dave, is he just comes and plays so casually out there. That I feel in majors there's no pressure on him. And as we talk about people making backdoor 10s, top 10 finishes, he's a backdoor make the cut, and going to be up there. And then Sunday he'll fizzle out and not have a top 10, but he'll be there. I think you'll look at it and you'll see, he has a really good day, and that's on probably a Thursday or a Friday that gets him enough that he makes the cut. That's where I see DJ.
Yep.
I think that Dustin Johnson got a gift in getting into this.
100%.
Let me ask you this.
No problem with it.
Dave, Adam Scott playing his 100th straight major. Where is Adam Scott in the field this week?
I saw
Since you have the odds
Victor Hovland was at 53. Adam Scott's at 74.
I mean, kudos for him for playing in 100 straight majors, because that in itself, from a health-wise standpoint, is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would I like to see Adam Scott win this week again? I think Adam Scott is a great player, and I think when you look at players who have completely underachieved on the PGA Tour, one major and one Players Championship, probably underachieved on the PGA Tour.
So I'm going to put a name out there that I feel has been more in the media and in things, and I really like this golfer, but I just don't feel his performance has been up to what it used to be. Jason Day.
Yeah.
Do you feel like I feel like this could be one where he could have a really good week this week, and he can play. He has that game. He can play there. I just don't feel he's gotten over that hump lately.
Saved our Bridgestone mindset.
Well, that's what I think. That's where I'm going with this. Look at what the Bridgestone mindset has been doing for golfers out there.
Yeah.
And I think Jason Day, who was on the ground floor of the mindset.
Right. It's literally his technology.
I think this could be a week where Jason Day uses that. And like we saw Snedeker win a few weeks ago out there, like we've seen Goddard do with it. Like I was hoping Harry Hall would do this week, but
so
we've seen that Kurt Kitayama has done. The list goes on and on. Bridgestone. I mean, if you're not playing this ball by now, people go play this ball. But where's Jason Day in the odds?
Jason Day is at 130, right behind Alex Fitzpatrick and Gary Woodland, but just ahead of Akshay and Keegan.
Really, Akshay? Akshay was another one I was going to ask about.
Well, no.
Akshay's at 135.
Since winning Bay Hill, what has Akshay done?
He hasn't, but I mean, he's been up there, I think, in one other tournament. And he's been making cuts and missed some cuts.
I mean, he's
up and down.
He's an ATM. Like, I'll give him an ATM.
He's a great golfer.
Yeah.
But you would think after you win Bay Hill, so look at it this way. He won Bay Hill. Does that success from Bay Hill actually set him up better for like a U.S. Open?
Wow. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was out there all weekend at Bay Hill. That golf course was hard.
Yeah, that's why. I feel Bay Hill can be.
I'm not arguing. Like, again, I think Akshay's odds are probably. Dave, what's Akshay for a top 10?
$7.5.
I'm not arguing that. Greg, I think Akshay top 10. I'm not arguing that.
Okay,
I think that when you look at, though, I don't think he has played well since winning Bay Hill. He hasn't played to the – are we looking at this guy for a U.S. Open win?
Yeah.
He hasn't.
So I'll throw one final name out here because we talked the DP World Tour earlier. Patrick Reed.
Captain America. 250th anniversary. Captain America on Father's Day. Look at the storyline there, man.
I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. So here's the question that I have. So Patrick is a DP World Tour player. He has status to get into the Open. If he wins the Open, he gets a 10-year exemption on the PGA Tour. Dave, what's his odds?
48-1.
Ooh. That's some real odds right there.
Dave, I'm going to ask this question since you're hard passing on Scotty. Are you taking Patrick Reed?
I am not.
And it was a valid question for me to take.
Because I tell you, Reed, he had a good run at the Masters, but I think past champions at the Masters always have a good run at the Masters.
Correct.
I don't know. Having not watched a whole bunch of the DP World Tour this year and only have seen, him play, at the Masters, I'm not sure how Shinnecock is going to set up for him, but it is a very intriguing storyline with him going over.
He played a lot early and won, and I'm not arguing that. But he hasn't played a lot as of recent. Like, he front loaded his schedule.
Yeah, and he won. He's got his card for next year.
Correct. Like, he's got his PGA Tour card. So he's like, I'm going to play my minimum, and 4 majors all count. So I'm in all those. So, okay, cool.
Yeah, and I think where he is in a headspace and a personality is different than what we saw a couple years ago. But I just think as when, former LIV players outside, you have Bryson and John still up there. Brooks may or may not play here this week. And then you have Patrick Reed. So and he's right there. He's just above Victor and just below Patrick Cantley. Oh, and Terrell Hatton's right there too. You forget about that. So he's at 45.
All right. With that, let's get into our picks here now. We've talked about all these players. We've talked about who we've talked about. Dave, you have the first pick this week. You're not taking Scotty. We've already established that.
Yep, I've had it written down in my computer since earlier today, and I'm sick. Go ahead.
Guess.
Yeah.
Matt Fitzpatrick.
No.
Okay.
Who?
Give me Colin Morikawa.
Oh, that was actually what I was going to look at. I wasn't going to take him, but he was in my top 5. If you spent the weekend
watching baseball, that is out of left field. Good pick.
Colin Morikawa coming in at...
You can Sharpie my pick into your computer now, Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, it's already there.
We knew that was coming.
Morikawa's coming in at 33. I think at a par 70 when iron shots are going to be at a premium, driving accuracy is going to be good. Give me Morikawa with irons in his hands.
Hey, Greg, are you taking Matt Fitzpatrick, who's currently leading the FedEx Cup standings?
Or are you taking Rory?
I'm not. I'm not taking Rory. I'm between 2. So
is it Harry Hall again?
It is not Harry Hall again. But you know what? I was going to take Rory. I think Rory is going to do well this week. I actually think Rory will play well. I think Rory could win this thing. But I'm going to go with the guy who is a former U.S. Open championship. And it was all because of his putter. And we made the comment a few weeks ago. This guy made the Odyssey putter jailbreak famous for winning the U.S. Open. He brought the ping in the bag a few weeks ago.
Wyndham Clark, boys.
Give me Wyndham Clark.
Wow.
I do, as we're sitting here recording this tonight, I do want to give a congratulations to Bud Cauley. Dude has been through a lot. All-American at Alabama, car accident, now PGA Tour winner finally. Congratulations to Bud Colley. Very well deserved.
Yes.
Should have had
great win this week.
Well, before this. The dude has got
just finished outside the top 10.
You did.
So I only get
Jimmy Stanger finished T4, which means I don't know what he needs in his next event to get his PGA Tour status back.
America just won the Canadian Open. Are they gonna try to win the US Open? We've taken hockey from them.
Yeah,
we have taken hockey from them this year.
And
Clark, your pick. Hey, one last thing. It's the middle of summertime. Don't let the sun wreck your round. Protect your skin with Jacket Sunscreen. Lightweight, non-greasy, and built for the long days on the course. Stay protected. Stay focused. Keep your game looking good. Jacket Sunscreen.
Hey, and if you're looking for that apparel out there, we wear it all the time. Most comfortable golf and fishing apparel in the land. Make sure you're checking out Golfish for all your apparel needs. All right. Looking forward to a U.S. Open. Looking forward to a great Father's Day.
Hey, this is 2 weeks in a row for me.
Yeah.
Is the streak going to end next week, Dave?
Oh, yeah, it's going to end.
Oh, hard pass. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, have a happy Father's Day. Enjoy the U.S. Open, everybody.
All right, cheers, y'all.
All right, guys. What a round today. Cheers.